really want to talk about Project Ultra because, whereas we did the worldwide premiere on it, maybe not everybody has seen it. We'll drop that link for people. But this is a way for other folks to really plug into North Dakota, to what you're doing at Grand Sky, to really showcase not just things like logistics, like drone deliveries and UAS traffic management, but also counter UAS. So tell us about Project Ultra, Tom.
Sure. Project Ultra is a 5-year contract. We're in year 2 of it now. That was awarded by the Office of Undersecretary of Defense to Grand Forks County, a key partner of ours. Grand Forks County turned to us and said, we want Grand Sky, you're our UAS partner in this. We want you to run this for us. And so we've been building a pretty big team around supporting that. It includes, of course, the Northern Plains test site. It includes companies like Simulize, MTSI, Aura Networks has been providing support on some command and control research. Poi Foundation, a Hawaiian native company, is supporting us with a valuable contract help. There are a number of groups that are working with us on this contract. The initial task was to start to do simulation around logistics flights. Grand Forks Air Force Base to Cavalier Space Force Station, which is about a 50 nautical mile one-way flight. And this coming this spring and summer, we're going to continue to work through simulations in the fall and winter, and then we're going to do 10 flights. Our goal is 10 successful flights, with a flight being load a payload on an aircraft, fly it to the Cavalier Space Force Station from Grand Sky, unload that payload, put a new payload on, and fly back. That's one successful flight. We want 10 of them, and we're going to really stress the system. It's testing traffic management. We have partners with AFRL and NASA that are bringing their traffic management systems. So we're going to be able to demonstrate these flights within those traffic management systems. The Grand Sky system will be in use. So we're kind of combining logistics flights, so actual carrying of payloads from a place to a place, and the traffic management side, all of it within the national airspace, no closing off airspace for it. This is going to just fly like any other aircraft. And that's what Project Ultra is really predicated on, is how can DoD use UAS like any other aircraft, both on base and off base, and the merger of coming from off base to on base and vice versa. And so you have massive challenges with security, cybersecurity, physical security, traffic management, knowing what's going on, merging a small UAS operation with the flight line activity at Grand Forks Air Force Base. And this gets even more exciting for us because Ellsworth Air Force Base is resurfacing their runway. So 18 B-1 bombers are temporarily deployed here to Grand Forks starting in January. And we need to figure out how to integrate. The tower is working. They're going to integrate all of our normal operations with B-1 mission now operating here. It's going to be complicated airspace and complicated operations, but that's what Ultra is designed to do, to create a contractual venue to be able to support those kinds of developments.
And as so many things in the military, Ultra is actually an acronym, everybody. If you didn't know, it stands for UAS Logistics, Traffic Research, and Autonomy. So, look, I can't even overemphasize how critically important this research is. Tom, you don't know this, but when I was the head lawyer at the Air Force Academy, we couldn't even fly a Reaper in to the Air Force Academy to show the cadets how they flew, what they look like, land it, and let them see it. They literally, because it was like, oh, you need chase planes and you need this and you need that. And at some point it just became, and this was, several years ago. I retired in 2018. So, and so it was before that. But, just to understand that the military now is going to be flying drones, not only onto a military base, but also off of a military base into the national airspace system to fly things, parts, equipment from one place to another. I mean, it's so exciting for me because, like I said, my experience and what I was involved in at the time, it was just simply too hard to do. And to finally see the DoD embracing this technology and the FAA working more closely with them and the NAS to make it happen, and you guys being at the forefront of this, I also feel like what you're doing is going to be a template for the rest of the world, because you're talking about, I mean, I don't even know how much a B-1 bomber costs. Let's just say, tens of millions easily. And, to be coordinating airspace with drones and those bombers flying in the same area with people on board, by the way. I mean, B-1 bombers are not autonomous. There's a pilot on board that thing. Very, very critical. Very exciting.
We're taking some cues. There's some great work that AFRL is doing at MacDill Air Force Base, where they're able to use, AFRL's developed a traffic management system, and they're able to bring that information into the tower. That's a huge step to bring small UAS tracking. So the UAS, through their ground control stations, through their controllers, are sending telemetry data into this system, and the tower controllers can see it and monitor and manage those flight operations with their regular manned operations on the flight line and on the runway. That's a big deal. So we're watching what they're doing there. As part of Project Ultra, we're going to get some of that capability. You're going to bring it to Grand Forks. Grand Forks is just doing it the old-fashioned way, and just integrating that airspace, training their traffic controllers, training what they do. They're doing all of this right next door to Grand Forks International Airport, with the busiest flight school in the country at the University of North Dakota. Yesterday was it was a parade day because it was perfect flying weather, and all those students were getting their hours in. So there's 30 or so planes up in the air circling around Grand Forks International. Well, Grand Forks Air Force Base provides the radar approach control for that airport. And so they're managing and supporting all of that flight activity, while also supporting us with our small UAS work and our MQ-9 work and all the different things happening. So when we talk about ecosystem and how does this all of those pieces have to come together, and we all have to know what the other one is doing to enable the operations. This isn't about a test necessarily. We're not trying to test and show, oh, we did it once. This has to be an everyday operation. And that's what our ecosystem is around. That's where the Air Force, Grand Forks County, the Northern Plains Test Site, Grand Sky, and all our tenants and partners that we work with and bring to the table are focused on, and we really want to spend our time. This needs to be a routine, repeatable operation. This has to be the UAS business, not just UAS research.